Alright. It's only in gold, but... Ba-ba-bum. I also want to like genuinely sit down and review this game, but here we are. So I'm going first, opening hand, singular runick, 2 of my normal summon, toy tank, which is the worst of the toy engine to draw, and Rusia. So I could just go Baguska Pass, but I think there are better plays here. Set this so I can send it off Rusia later, grab Woes so I have a lot more to send, runick tip. I shouldn't have grabbed Droplet here, I just wanted to grab something to summon off of Hugin. I should have grabbed a card that would have been better for next turn, but I wasn't thinking ahead properly. This deck sends a lot of spell traps to the grave and can grab one back at the end. Since I was only on 1 runick, the best card to grab would have been... I mean, runick tip is good, but it doesn't let me do anything on their turn. So I probably should have grabbed something like Freezing Curses here instead of Droplet, used it to summon, and then grabbed it back at the end of the turn. But I didn't, so that's a misplay. Here, I do it with Golden Droplet, which is just not as good of a card. Hugin effect, sending Woes. Woes effect when it's sent to the graveyard or discarded, by a monster effect or cost. You can set it back to the field once per turn. Arciella to send the tank. And here's where we have to cook a little bit, because we can't keep Fountain. We don't have another runick. So we send it, grab another Rusia. This is to thin the deck, so that way our next draw is hopefully either a runick or a draw card, something that lets us extend. Because right now we don't have the strongest combo. We had to sacrifice Toy Tank to get another 2 here just to get to Diabel, which is not ideal. So it means we're stuck with hanging 4s here. So I just make SP because I don't really have a better play. It might have been better to just leave the 4s there, so I had flexibility with Woes. So I could have activated Woes, they respond, and then I send Woes with Diabel. Heavy Storm, so I just have to do it. If I had done what I described there, what I could have done is activate Woes to get level 2 out to then synchro summon into one of my level 6 monsters. Rather, I would have been able to use Diabel and summon one of the 6s, and then in the next part, summon out the... I should have still done this. I'm stupid. I could have just had it summon out Elzette, then I could have gone 6 into 8, shuffled back the Diabel and resummoned it there, and then grabbed a runic spell from the graveyard. Holy shit, wait a second. I could have cooked. Because yeah, this is going to special summon from the extra deck. If I had first... Well, I can't do this unless it's in response to something. Never mind. Never mind. I thought that I was cooking, but I am indeed not cooking. So it's when my opponent activates an effect, I have to send it as cost. If I had activated this, they responded, and then I did it, that would have been fine, but I wasn't proactive, and I should have been in this case. Still get Formula Sync, which is good. And I let them take the Fountain because I don't have a runic in hand anyways, and I get that back because I sent it Lightning Storm to take out attack position monsters. My Diabel's gonna go bye-bye if that happens, so I sync it off into a defense position Barone. This could have been Changing, and that might have been better, but I didn't know what they were on yet. All I had seen was Breakers. Now I know it's Striker. Changing is actually not better here because of Widow Anchor. Hayate. So my goal now, I'm okay with taking this chip damage. Sky Striker is also a control and grind deck. So I need to focus on denying them resources more than anything. I know they can't kill me right now, so I need to stop them from setting up to take away everything that I have. Because if you look, I don't have much. Kagari is going to grab a spell back from the grave, and well, wouldn't you know, they have an Engage in there. So this is going to be my negate target because they have 3 spells in grave, and Engage is better Pot of Greed if they have 3 spells in grave. Can search any Sky Striker card, and then you draw a card, and it's not once per turn. So negating it here is important to stop the ball rolling. They only have 3 cards in hand. Hopefully they don't have another Engage. and they go Shizuku. Shizuku is like, during the end phase you get a card back. This is usually what they end on. It also reduces attack of your opponent's monsters based on spells in grave. So it's good to defend yourself and to get more gas for your next turn. And I do this to get gas for my next turn. And I draw another fucking Sylvie. So the build that I was playing previously played Woes and Scourge, and I think I'm going to do that in this one because in situations like these, this Sylvie is dead. I already have Woes. And it means I don't have as many sends. If I could normal summon this and get Scourge, this situation would have been much easier. This would have been normal summon, get Scourge, send Scourge off of either Elzet or Rusia, and then send Woes off the other one. The other problem is I actually ran out of valid targets for Elzet, which is a good thing to consider, but I just had to use it so many times because I didn't have runick cards, so I couldn't get Hugin for the combo. What happened here, I activated Barone to summon back Diabel, right? Normal things. They activate Shark Anchor, which would let them either banish that or special summon it to their field, and that's permanent. So they targeted it to take it away from my Barone effect. So I then used both of the White Forest tuners have an effect to target one of your White Forest Synchro monsters that's on the field or in the graveyard and shuffle it back as cost, or no, not as cost, during resolution to special summon themselves back to the field. So I use that effect to avoid the Shark Cannon. I play Strikers, so I know what their cards do. And so this was one of the cards I was anticipating, and I had a way to play around it. It does mean my Barone goes back to the extra deck, but that's not as bad as you might think. Because I had already used its negate, right? Bam, Elzet. I had a search, Woes comes back. And here we have some options. I opt to go into Stardust Charge Warrior because this gives me a draw and gives me access to a 10. My 10s that I can summon here are Barone again or Changing. Changing I would go with if I had a runick card, because once you start getting banishes, this really lets you clear up a field. And with Sky Strikers, they don't currently have Ray, but if they do, this lets me deal with Ray in a much more permanent manner. But I don't have a runick card, so we're just going to loop Barone. Oh, thank God, a draw card. What's it going to get me? Oh, a dead card that doesn't do anything in this matchup, because they rarely activate monster effects during my main phase, and they don't play hand traps. So this card is useless. So I'm throwing it in the garbage, and I get Toy Soldier. But I don't have a send for it right now. What I should have done here is pop my own Toy Soldier with Barone right now, get Toy Box, play Toy Box, and set Soldier and Tank with Shark Cannon not live. That would have given me more options, but it also would have clogged my spell trap zones, because that would have been 1, 2, 3, left one open. Yeah, that was probably the better play, but we'll see. Getting rid of Shizuku is also a good option. That would have given me an 8, which would have been Diabel back. Yeah, that would have been better. So we have to negate Widow Anchor here. Oh, that would have been so much better. Fuck. Okay, it's fine. There's a reason I'm doing this. So we actually use Woes there to get Silvera to set this, because this doesn't have a quick effect to Link, unlike Ray. And if we stop them from Link summoning, we stop them from doing what they want to do. And if they're forced to commit another card to Link summon, that puts advantage more in our favor. And this is a grind matchup. We need advantage. You'll also notice I still have Fountain way down in here. Fountain's just hanging out in my graveyard. And I have 2 Runicks in here. I have been off Runicks for this whole fucking game. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 White Forest monsters here. And I play 8! I only have 8 of them! All of them are here! Every single one of them. And my White Forest spell trap is here. And we've got this, and this. So I'm running out of non-runick cards. Ow! luckily, it's just Hayate because we didn't let them go into their big combinations. You need 2, like, Sky Strikers, basically, to go into the more powerful finishers if you don't have linkage. And so far, they haven't searched linkage, and I haven't really let them draw. Oh, sorry, I'm wrong. Here's the last one. My bad, my bad. Good fucking god. But it's okay, we'll bring back Charge Warrior here, which looks strange, but it's because I have a bunch of tuners. I make another mistake here, so I'm gonna special summon Rucia. I'm gonna, if I can, I was gonna use LZ, but I can't, so I'm sending, I draw a toy box, and you know what, the only thing I can search off of this right now is this toy box. I shouldn't have done this, but I had no other search targets anyways. Activate this, grab these from Grave. So now I have like 1 toy box, 2 upstarts, and runic cards in here, something like that. I'm only playing 17, so I have 5 non-runics. Baron again, you know, as it is. This also could have been Changing, but I have the negate, so why not? I'm looping this. What the misplay was using the... I should have done these 2 to make Baron. Instead, what the fuck was this? What the fuck was this? Silvera and Toy Soldier. I should have saved the 4 here, and I should have gone Tuner 4, non-Tuner 6 into Baron, and then I should have gone Coral Dragon, which is Tuner 6 plus the non-Tuner 4, to go into Ice Stage Gimmer A Green to protect my board. Instead, I'm forced to either go into Changing or like nothing. Well, we'll see what I do here. I think I do something different. Hop there, normal summon that, and now this Charge Warrior is just hanging out. Would have been much better to do the Gimmer A Green play, and it would have been safer. Now I'm forced to extend differently. And this was the misplay that I talked about right at the start. I knew I made it, but this was an enlightening VOD review. So I used the second toy box to pop this, to bring this back. Bam, boom, resummon LZ. LZ gets us to Diabell again. At this point, Diabell's not actually as valuable as I would expect, because I'm running out of synchro tuners that are effective. I can keep looping back Silvera, right? So I can keep pulling Silvera out of the extra as often as I want. This was a tough one. This choice here of which spell trap to grab, I was really, really thinking about grabbing Fountain or Tip here. And I was also really thinking about Upstart because of how lean my deck was in terms of runic cards. I should have 15 runics in a 20 card deck. But the risk of it not working was really tough. What I was thinking with Woes is this gives me consistent sends, but I have my toy boxes live, so I don't know if I needed Woes. Honestly, the toy box is probably worth more than Woes here. I probably should have grabbed Fountain or one of the runic spells, probably maybe Tip. We had to negate the Ray. When you destroy a Link monster, and this is in your graveyard, you can special summon this back, and then as a quick effect you can tribute it, so it's not on the field, so it's difficult to negate when its effect procs. Stopping Ray is really important to stopping Sky Striker. So, okay, I've made a few mistakes, but I'm still in a good position, right? I'm gonna tag Baron out because it's used its negate. And then this lets us grab LZ back to hand, so we're maintaining resources. Okay, they're gonna pop this. I shouldn't have done this. I panicked thinking that it was gonna pop, but I just did this. I summoned back RCL for a reason. This thing means they can't be destroyed by card effects. So I had nothing to worry about, and I should have just chilled here. Widow Anchor, okay, not my favorite. Engage, and I can't do anything now. So I grab Widow Anchor. Evenly matched. So I'm gonna shuffle back 2. If I didn't just panic activate this, I would have been able to keep both of these. But now I have to pick 2 out of these 3, and I'm picking Diabell and Silvera because this isn't really doing much for me, but it is protecting me from destruction, so it would have been nice to keep both. Because I only have 2 White Forest tuners to shuffle back. I'm going to lose each of them, but I have more than 1 copy of each of them in rotation, so it doesn't really matter if I banish 1 set of them. But yeah, goodbye. Goodbye. I kept Woes. I should have kept the Toy Box. Toy Box would have been way better to keep here. Kagari, grab, engage, engage. Grab whatever the fuck you want and draw a card. So this is not looking great, but I can turn this around. I can turn this around. I just need to survive. This is main 2. I don't really have much for next turn. And I'm gonna make another misplay here. So if we look, I know that they have an unknown set here, but we're pretty fucking sure it's Widow Anchor. They have 2 of them, right? It's either Widow Anchor or an unknown, but I should anticipate Widow Anchor here, right? So we go this to grab our fountain, and they don't Widow Anchor. Okay. This is where the misplay happens, by the way. Oh, no, wait, never mind. I lied. Not here. Not this turn. We used that to get Fountain back, not play it so it's not fuckwithable now. We just have this, we're sitting, and we're waiting. Kagari, that's fine. We can just send this to get our set back if we need to. This thing. Engage again. It's gonna happen forever. Their deck looking kind of thin though, 17 cards. That's there. I had my thing off because of timer. I could have shuffled that back and avoided 2,500 damage for no reason. I did not need to take this. It would have saved me Woes as well, which I just sacrificed Toy Box for. And, oh my god, Toy Box would have been better because I could have stopped them from attacking me. Fucking hell, man. Much to fix, but still fighting valiantly. Even if you're misplaying, you just need to keep going and try and win. Oh, this is a juicy field. Oh, this is a juicy field. Please, any runick card. Any runick card. Yes! Finally, it's time. And remember, this deck doesn't really play hand traps, so they don't have Ash Blossom. And their Spell Trap Destruction is all non-quick effect. So I know this is very difficult for them to interact with. If I put a monster on board, there's a chance they can. So I'm waiting until the monster hits, and I already have a lot of Runicks engraved. Bam, 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 3. Get those back in there. Ooh! Look at this Smiting Storm. 17 cards in deck, a 6-card Smiting Storm. I have to pivot out of White Forest because I've burned through so much, and they've burned through a lot too. If I was able to get another White Forest monster on board, I could potentially combo off again though. So it's still an open axis, but even though they're at 36 and I'm at 23, my most consistent avenue of victory here is deck out because it prevents them from using their powerful advantage generating cards like Engage. Also, I kind of want the deck out achievement, but really importantly, Linkage has been shot a little bit. That's big. This is a really good card. Evenly's been hit, but Evenly I've already played around once. Lots of cards have been burned through. Lots of important cards have been burned through. Heavy Storm, Lightning Storm. Lightning Storm I would actually like them to have more of. We know they've got Shark Cannon, so we're playing around it by using both tuner effects. We've only got one of the Synchros engraved anyways. Boom, put that away. So now we're going into that White Forest line. This is where I misplay. What I should do here, because this one's kind of useless, what I should do here is discard this card and pop one of the back row before committing with LZ. But this is stupid of me. And they Widow Anchor it. I just end, but now I'm stuck with this thing in attack position, which is really bad, right? But there is potential here. And this is where it is. Their extra deck is also mighty thin. They've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Sky Striker Link monsters in there, including, I believe, all 3 Shizuku, all 3 Kogari, and 2 Hayate, and they usually only play 2. So I've been weathering the storm. Typhon would kill me, but I held on to a pop. They're down to 8 cards, and boom, 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 3 cards back in. 20 cards in deck, majority runick, a few draw spells, and they set a card. They've sealed their fate. 8 cards, 4 cards on board. In their end phase, runick destruction targeting multi-roll, and then smiting storm when they don't respond, and they're gone. They choose to not stay. I wish they stayed just so I could have gotten one step closer to the title, but it was a good duel.